What's up, everyone? Here we go again. Ask a Life Coach. Two lies you wish people would stop telling their children and how to tell the truth about them. Two lies you wish people would stop telling their children and how to tell the truth about them. Okay, I assume the question is asking me to think about two things that I think people often lie to their children about. As always, when I get a question about children, I start with the disclaimer. I am not a parent. I have never had children. And so you can take anything that I say with a grain of salt. I think the first lie that comes to mind is anything around holidays where we create kind of mystical, magical beings that do whatever they do, provide presents or candy or something of that nature. I think this is kind of harmful for several reasons. One, it just is a lie, and you want to establish a relationship of trust with your children. It implies that reality is not magical and that we have to seek something beyond what's in front of us to find magic. And I think that's problematic because the world is so magical already, and probably the best thing we can do is to teach our children to recognize the magic that's already in front of them. Sometimes there's kind of like an unhealthy deterrence model in here, like, well, you got to be good, or say Santa Claus won't bring you presents. This seems really unhealthy to me as well, because you want to intrinsically motivate compassionate behavior in your kids. You don't want to have to bribe or scare them into behavior, because then obviously what happens when the bribes and the threats aren't there. So yeah, I guess the first one would revolve around any of these sort of magical made-up creatures that are used to reward, punish, scare, or delight our children. How else do people lie to children? There's so many. I mean, I guess I just think about all of the social norms. I guess if you if you raise the child within any sort of certain box, like this is the way you're supposed to behave because of your age, because of your gender, because of your family, because of whatever, and any of those kinds of limiting beliefs. This is really generic, but I guess that's what I'll say for my second lie. Anytime you tell your child, like, you have to stay within this lane, otherwise, I don't know, there's going to be some sort of problem, that you have to go on to get a very professional career. You have to make lots of money. You have to, all of these things. I mean, I don't know if they're properly categorized as lies or not, because maybe the parent believes it. And if you believe it, is it a lie or is it just a falsehood? But regardless, that's the second thing that popped into my head. So that's what I'm going to go with. Anytime you tell your child that they have to be a certain way, and that you put pressure on them to not be another way, that certain boxes are just healthier than others, that to me seems to be pretty harmful and just not helpful to their overall growth. We don't want to limit their possible selves by cramming them into a specific box. So those are the two that come to mind. I hope you find that helpful. I know parenting is an insanely difficult gig, and the temptation to not be honest is probably always great if a lie can make things a little bit easier when you're already so tired and sleep deprived and exhausted, and tapping into as much superhuman patience as you can. But let's try to create honest, authentic relationships wherever we can, even with our children, and see perhaps where that takes us. I appreciate you asking. I hope some of what I said was helpful, and I'll see you back here next time.